We're live.
Wow.
Here we are. Welcome.
Let's wait for some people to roll in.
A little hangout area. We'll
Yeah.
see. We've never done a YouTube live stream, so this will be new. I gotta look up here.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Cameras
weird.
up here. This is a little weird. So today we're talking a little bit about our experience that we had this weekend. We went out to Watkins Glen at the racetrack with Berg, and if you do not know, they have a shop, 15 minutes from where we are?
About 15, 20 minutes from us.
So they race, this season they're racing Miatas or the new MX-5s or whatever they call them
just
now.
in the TC class, so it's like lightly modified street cars.
Showroom cars. Yep. So they, we got in contact with a couple people from there. We actually did a video kind of for them last year at their dyno days, and then we returned this year. And then one of the guys was asking us, well, hey, we got a track day in about a month. Come on down if you want to. The whole weekend will be paid for, and you guys can stay overnight there and film the race that's going on. So that's what just went down yesterday. Yeah. So what do you think about the whole experience? Because we're come from like the street cars, but going to the track cars. What do you think that was?
I mean, even looking at it from an experience of being at a track before and just watching a race. Like, this was cool because we were like way more just inside, seeing people work on the cars. Like, that was super cool. Seeing like just the tents set up, almost like what I picture.
What's up, man? We got a couple people in here right now. Welcome to join.
Even thinking about like how at like the rallies or rallycross events, or how they have all those set up, it's kind of like that. Where even just like seeing like the NSX, just chilling there.
Pretty dope cars there.
That was by far one of the coolest things.
Coming from street cars to track cars, like it's like a whole different mindset of like how the car is supposed to be set up and this and that. And like when we showed up because we got there the night before the races actually started, like we pull up in there, there's like nobody there, and it's all just dark, and all the cars are like half closed up and stuff, and we're rolling around. We're just like dude, there is so much money that goes into all of these cars that we did not really know about. But I mean, like every single tent was like
seeing
perfect.
Everything that goes into it, like obviously having the whole trucks, like everything to transport the cars, and then just even like materials, I guess, of like repairing and all that. Just, there's a lot of money in just keeping everything maintained, which is crazy.
Yeah. How's the audio? If somebody can say something about the audio. I hope it's good right now. Only got a couple people watching, but I mean, this will be on there for later.
We can see the little thing down there. It looks like we're speaking loud enough, hopefully.
But so that was like a really crazy experience. The race started like 9 a.m. So it was like early morning race.
Started at 10 because remember they were heading over right at 9. But yeah, earlier in the day.
Yeah, but it was crazy. Like, this is the most fast-paced filming we have ever done as far as like the amount of time that we had. So each race was 45 minutes ish, and which is kind of like, it's like, oh, you got a bunch of time or whatever, but it's like, no, like the track is 3.5 miles long, and it's not just an oval, it's like corners
getting
and
to
everything.
The proper filming spots.
Yeah, so
it was very kind of stressful, but fun at the same time, because you race over to a spot, you get set up. Like, by the time you get there, they're already kind of passing you. So you try to get everything set up for the next time they come back around. And then as soon as you get that shot, you hop back in the car and you race to the next spot. And I don't know, it was fun and like crazy, and just like kind of like an adrenaline rush of like awesomeness. I don't know. It was a good time.
It was crazy because we'd like pull up to one spot, and if it's like the bleachers spot, because they have like bleachers, we're just trucking up the bleachers with these like heavy cameras.
Yeah. I think my setup alone was probably like $2,600 worth of just
running up these stairs.
Stuff I'm just running with. Yeah. That was insane.
That was pretty cool. It was a really cool experience. But does anybody we got a couple people in there. Does anybody have questions about anything going on with the channel? We'd love to answer those, because we're kind of doing like half track day talk that we did, as well as questions. And then maybe we're going to jump into, I have the box of goodies that are supposed to be on my car, but we're kind of, trying to work up to that. But we'll unbox these in a little bit. kind of talk about everything live, so we can get like back and forth conversation going.
We're gonna be filming again this weekend. For those of you that don't know,
install videos.
Thanks, Chris.
Install videos will be great when they actually happen. This is like this. These parts have been sitting in my room for so long. I've like almost forgot I have them. And it's like,
yo, I gotta give me those parts. I'll gladly install them.
We both got to get tuned, get some stuff going on. But yes,
we will be filming this weekend. If any of you guys are local, we'll be at the Quattro Culture Meet. Sure. That'll be fun. You know, where is that? Is that like?
It's over at Limelight. So if anybody's local to Rochester, there is a shop called Limelight Automotive that's over. I don't even know, what is that, Walworth or whatever?
No, it's Webster, actually. They moved to Webster, right?
Yes. So they do a lot of wrapping, a lot of, I guess.
They do some like custom stuff too.
Yeah. So they're going to have it over there. It's a pure Audi show or whatever. So other Ryan is out of town.
I'm taking his car to
the All Road. We're taking his car. We're taking his car to his own type of show to show it off, as well as just use that as a film car.
Yeah, it's funny that
get it judged.
I picked it up and he has a bucket of all like details, supplies, and like wheel cleaners in the back. He calls me. He's like, "Hey, so I left this in there for you, just the day before, make sure you clean it, like detail it, and it'll look good." I'm like, all right, whatever. Yeah. You're giving me the car, I'm cool with that.
Hopefully, more car reviews. So, actually, we do have like so many car reviews that are supposed to be coming up, and it seems like every time we're like, yo, today we can do a car review, and then we're like, hey, if anybody wants to do a car review, everyone's not available that day. But we'll have to definitely schedule them, and it also is like, oh, we're doing a video this day, but then like something happens to a car, one of ours, and we're like, yo, we need to use this day to actually fix that. So
it's been weird, but hopefully we can fit in some more car reviews before the summer's over. I think we got a couple lined up that might be able to work out. So,
well, we can dig into this box and talk about parts. It'll take a little bit, but we should do it.
You want to?
Keep talking.
Let's talk more about. I feel like just this weekend.
Or talk about your car. People always ask about your car.
There's nothing with my car, man. It's just.
That's all.
It needs some sensors. It needs some tuning. It needs a lot of that. So right now I'm dealing with just a whole O2 sensor problem, the one right in the exhaust manifold of my car. So that one, from what I've heard, directly affects the air and fuel mixture. So right now when I'm driving around town, it ends up running really lean, and then eventually kind of fixes itself and runs kind of normal. But I can still tell that things are just not right. Yeah, let's get this over here.
All right, so we're going to start kind of walking around this unboxing. We already did an unboxing video, but I feel like having a live conversation would be really, really cool.
Look at this pipe, dude.
Some good pipes. It's a big pipe.
Can we take it out of the bag?
Yeah. Ooh. So this is the NVIDIA catless down pipe for
nice.
WX.
Look at that pipe, dude. Just a good pipe. So this is comparing this pipe to myself. My pipe is almost the same, except right about. I think mine's longer.
It's got so much slit in here.
Mine's got a cat like right on the end, which kind of sucks. Yeah. So I gotta get rid of that and get a nice.
This is gonna be cool.
Got a little bung too. Nice.
I got the one with 2 O2 sensor spots, which is
it's nice that they gave you a plug too.
Yeah.
So that right now, like this is plugged, and if you don't have a sensor together, you can keep it plugged.
Yeah. All right. Let's move on to the next thing. That's probably the biggest thing I was excited about, but there's more. So then in this box, we have the catless up pipe, which is the secondary piece to this exhaust system. So here's catless up pipe. This one is obviously much smaller, and if you do not know, we can kind of set it up like this. So catless up pipe sits like this. On top, this is where the turbo is mounted, and and then on the bottom, this is where it connects to the headers.
And even
so you can kind of display it how it would be if it was on the car.
This bolts up right to the back of the trailer.
Yeah. So it'd kind of be like this. You got it, mate?
Yeah, I'm just trying to get the stuff off. So like literally, it's pretty much like that.
Yeah. So fresh pipes, no caps. Just need to save up for the tune. Another part that I was informed about that I was actually not going to get until someone recommended it is Grim Speed boost controller. So what this does is if I say I were to put on all the parts that I have right now, and actually I have more down there. Say I put them on right now, get the car tuned. Even with it being tuned and having the stock boost controller, which is, I'm going to assume that's not adjustable to like tuning.
Just, run the stock.
Yeah. So what this does is allows you to be able to adjust how much boost. So if we had all these parts on right now without this is electronic boost control. You can also do manual ones. A lot of like older cars have like manual ones.
Yeah, where you
electronic
the hood and turn up the boost.
Yeah, this one is all through the computer by itself. If we were to put all of them on without a boost controller, the car would be over boosting. So it would be.
And it's like that's mainly just because you have more flow. Going through, so it
needs to turn it down after everything's already put together. Which leads me to the last part. Last part that we have are right here, the STI. Glare pretty bad. There we go. STI injectors. These are 565 cc. The stock injectors for the WRX is what, 365 or 350?
Something like that.
It's already in the threes, so this is not a huge jump for it, but
it just gives you a nice little extra.
And I did not want to do all of this callus exhaust pieces without adding more fuel, because if you're just adding more air and not more fuel, then that's when you lean out and things go bad. So fuel plus air.
That's also why like a lot of I think super guys wait to do intakes. I mean, if you end up like kind of knowing, you just usually kind of wait last for that, because obviously for that reason of just not wanting to lean out.
We'll put these away.
Got a lot of stickers here.
If anybody has questions, throw them up. We right now we have time. Right now we have time to answer questions. So if you want to throw up some stuff, we can answer that for you. Or if you have any video suggestions, like Chris said with the car reviews, definitely. Those videos do pretty well anyway, so it's a really good idea.
Yeah.
Put the big pipe away. Just leave that there for now. Whoa, okay. All right. So we got a couple people in this. If you're watching this not live and later, you can definitely just leave us a comment or send us a message on all of our social media if you have any questions about anything. What else? Oh, also, while you're here, and some of you have already picked up these, we do have stickers.
Still have a bunch of those available, so if anyone's looking to get those, hit us up, buy them on the website. We will be coming out with some newer things in the near future. I'll probably say once winter rolls around, maybe we'll be dropping some new stuff, such as maybe some clothing type stuff. Do we have our prototype around here?
I believe it's in my car.
Okay.
So no.
Sorry, no prototype.
But we do have a couple samples with sweatshirts, long tees, and as well as just normal t-shirts.
Yeah.
That we just need to get a bunch of stuff figured out for that. So,
I mean, like, what's in the couple people that we got watching? What's your guys' opinion of what the most useful out of those three would be? Whether it just be t-shirts, sweatshirts, or a long sleeve.
honestly, dude, I've been into long tees for a while now. I think long tees would be really cool. But not everybody wants to wear those, so
Or even maybe like a 3/4 T.
Mm-hmm. So, how about we talk about this? The kind of looking forward into the winter plan. So, what do I mean by that? T-shirts. Gotcha. So, as you guys know, or if you do not know, Subarus, specifically WRXs or STIs, anything turbo, is one of the most fun cars to drive during winter. I would say if you have snow in your area.
What were you saying?
Agree? Hello?
Turbo cars are more fun.
No, I'm just saying, like, WRXs and STIs are really, really fun to drive in the snow. But what you're giving up for that is the fact that you get rust, especially if someone, somewhere where you use salt.
You really got to do a lot of like extra protection to try to.
And even then, it does
evade the salt and all that. Like everyone just always says, like, "Oh, wash your car every day," which I mean,
I
helps.
did. Look at my car,
but it doesn't help that much because either way, you're still like, unless you live at the car wash. Yeah, I don't know. It's just everything's still not going to be perfect. So you got to really do, which also sucks. You got to do all the undercoating, which is nice for its purpose, but for like ideally when we move to somewhere where it's more summer all year round, then you just got that thick rubberized coating that you're gonna have to peel off if you don't want that underneath anymore.
It's terrible. It gets everywhere. So what we need to be doing, and at least on my part, and I believe it's your part as well, we need to find a winter beater. Door panels get yes, and then that paint wears off, so that you get screwed. But yeah, we need to find a couple of winter beaters, which I think would also be
it'd be fun for videos too, just thrashing on the car in the winter.
Doing something like that. And then what we could do with those beater cars is do a lot of repair videos, show you how to do like little things that we probably would not be doing to the Subarus. So just for instance, like, oh, how to change your brake pads. Like, this is how you do it.
Actually, we did.
Install the what?
Kind of aero separator.
Oh. Well, I did.
Yours is a catch.
Yeah, so for my car, I have a Mishimoto oil catch can that I did on my car. We did that over the winter, and I was looking up the air-to-oil separator to put on the car, but I talked to a couple people, a couple tuners, and they were saying if you're not specifically trying to run like a higher horsepower and you just want something to help keep the system clean, and if you don't know what a dual catch cans, no, not yet. That would actually be really cool. I need to do that. But I was talking to him, and he said you don't really need to do it until you're running more power. So the one I have right now is just a single catch can, which surprisingly enough for me it worked. Like first couple days, caught whatever crap was in the system right there, and then after that, it's been nothing, which is good. So if you don't know what a air-to-oil separator or a catch can is, it's basically the PCV system, which is the positive crankcase ventilation.
Wow, look at you.
Sends oil past the cylinders, which are past the pistons inside the cylinders to the crankcase, and has to vent that out. And the way that's set up from factory is that it vents it out back into the intake, and then it sucks bad oil back into the motor, which is completely like stupid. Mm-hmm. So what the catch can does is makes inside that track, it just dumps it into a can and then filters back out the clean oil, or technically air because it catches the oil. So what a air-to-oil separator is it does exactly what's called. It's just separating the air to oil, and the oil, instead of dumping into the can, dumps back into, I believe, the oil pan, so that you can reuse it. So you're never actually losing oil. You're just
because that one, I think it's that Grimspeed setup goes like right on your
the freaking cap for
your oil.
It's just where you put your
so it's like all the oil that's coming in is just going to drop right in.
Yeah, it's just going to
where you'd be adding oil.
So that is a good system. So you're never actually losing oil.
We're not planning on installing any soon though, unless someone wants to hook it up with a sponsorship. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
I know what you mean.
Anybody else have any more questions?
That's booty. Don't use it. I've heard actually the Grimspeed one's not that good.
Yeah.
If I was to get one, I've heard IAG or like Crawford.
Dude, it's just so expensive.
Yeah.
It's like what was it, like $300 for
something like that.
Air-to-oil separator, which is totally
like,
worth
I could
it
put
if you have
that
the money.
$300 somewhere else, like, because that's a lot in our bank account. So
yeah, but yeah, we need to get your car hooked up with one actually. You know, that you're getting all tuned.
I mean, we could even just ghetto rig like one that you have, just by like rerouting those pipes, kind of.
Dude, we should make up our own, like weld up our own. Get a can, top, blah blah blah, weld it. So I speed 3 better than no going. I saw that. I mean, I saw that.
That is awesome. But I will miss your speed 3. I love that.
Yeah. So I guess if you want to, we can help you plug the car just to see what 300
for the catch can, not 3,500.
No,
that's insane.
I've seen them in between $300 to $600, which is crazy for an air-to-oil separator. And they have like very.
I mean, like for great
sizes.
quality though. Like for like a IAG, like you're getting what you're paying for. Yeah. It's just that's a lot for what it is.
With the deal. So yes, selling the Speed 3. Unfortunately, we have never seen the Speed 3 in real life since you've had it.
New Jersey, right? Yeah. Dude, I want to get out there. I wish we could have gotten out there and reviewed that.
Yeah. Going to be buying a C6 Corvette. We did a C6 Corvette review, which has been I think the biggest car review we've ever done.
C5.
Oh wait, yeah, we did a C5. So C6 would be the generation right after. It's like the same thing, though. I'm not
the same thing.
Would be that much.
3,500 probably.
Well, you did that.
Like when you take everything into account, I mean, if you want to do it the right way, like you're gonna end up doing a lot of things, and it's almost like you fall into a trap of your own, where like, oh, I have the engine out, might as well do this because it'd be a pain to do that while it's back in the car. Like I had to take a lot of convincing not to do like cams in my car.
Dude, it's such a trap.
Because I'm like,
you have it apart.
I have the head right here. I could just put a different cam in. Like, who cares? Like, I'll be sad right now because I'm spending this money, but it'll be sad also. And
what is who says the cry it once?
Oh, that was what Ross said. He said, buy it once, cry once, or buy once, cry once.
Explain that.
But that was more the sense of buying a quality part, where instead of buying like an eBay part or like a fake part and saving that money, spend the larger dollar amount. So like buying that nice part once and then you cry once because you spent that amount, but you're not going to have problems with a quality part, supposedly.
I mean, you get,
or at least it comes with a warranty.
Everything that we figured out through, especially car parts or even just cars, is you definitely get what you pay for.
Mm-hmm.
There are some pieces that can be swapped out.
Yeah, there's
for
certain
a
things
cheaper
that
one.
you can definitely, like, you don't need to pay
a
high dollar amount.
So just for instance, I have them right here. Those engine bay pieces, hardware or whatever, these were this kit right here. So what this is just hardware for
dress-up hardware.
Yeah, it's just hardware for your engine bay, and you can do like your fenders and stuff with this if you have a wide body. So I've seen them online for like $20 to $50, and I found this kit specifically online for $3 for a 10-piece set. And what
the Killer Bee oil pickup and like baffle system.
Mm-hmm.
I really wanted to do that. Those of you that
oil.
I did a different oil pump, but those of you that kind of have followed the channel for a while should know that when I bought my car, it had a 2.5 pan, just a stock 2.5 pan. And when I went through the whole rebuild process, it got a 2.0 pan put back on. And I don't know, I wish I still had a 2.5 because you can fit the Killer Bee, just my normal pickup, inside that 2.5 pan. But I really want to do that because obviously that's one of the most important things, oil to your motor. Mm-hmm. So if you have great pickup and just that whole setup looks really nice, that whole like brushed aluminum look.
Yeah.
And it's just quality. Killer Bee makes some gnarly stuff.
That part that you upgraded was the oil pump.
Yeah, so those of you that know the EJ, it's right on the front. Like, it slides right onto the crank.
Yeah. And it was, what, a 10 mil at first or something?
Stock is a 10 mil. I went to an 11, which supposedly is what's on the STIs. That's just what it said off the set I bought it from. It said EJ257, but it also is compatible with our motor, so I bought that.
That's the cool thing about having pretty much the same motor as an STI, because you can buy parts.
Because that whole short block's pretty much the same, just bigger cylinders.
Yeah. So you have, what STI parts do you have? You have a lot, actually. And then I have a lot.
I have a lot, and it doesn't even run close to what an STI should. I have that pickup, I guess, or not pickup, that pump, technically. I have the turbo. I have injectors. What else?
Turbo, injectors.
Yeah, that's it.
Really? I thought you had more.
No, because like that's the biggest upgrade is the STI turbo. Like everything else is just supporting mods. So like,
you got a wing.
Yeah, the wing. That that was one of the things when I was buying the car. I wanted to have a wing, fuel pump.
That's a good debate, actually. Wing or wingless for? Do you guys like wings, spoilers, or do you like cars wingless? That's a big debate. For street cars, at least. I know when I was buying or like looking into getting this car, that was one thing I had my mind set on, like whether I buy it without a wing or with a wing. I wanted to get that wing eventually, which that's I think one thing that kind of swayed me when I was looking at my car is that it already had that wing and that scoop, which I wanted anyways. So I was kind of like, oh, like that's this much dollar amount, so parts already on that I'm gonna save in the cost. So I still think I probably should have bought a different car. So it was weird though, because it's like it was a good platform like body. It's just like, and like the motor was.
I can't hate how much I've learned from the whole experience. Like I've learned a lot from the crap that I've gone through with this car.
But going back to the track day weekend that we just had, that was pretty much the end goal, which is kind of confusing to some people, but it's not for us. It's pretty clear, is to have this channel be running like all the time. And then also on the side where we're going to be making made official business is having companies come to us or we go to them to make films for them or photography or just some
like
sort
literally
of
just
coverage.
To be able to make a living making films is like, I guess, the goal. And to be able to do that is very cool because the fact that the route that we're going now is looking positive of that, and that it's with cars, like race cars especially, is kind of the coolest thing that we could potentially make a living making videos about cars and for companies that do cool stuff with cars. So that's very exciting. And then obviously we'd always be here for YouTube because whatever we make from making those films, we're going to put it into the channel and put it into the cars, and that leads to more content for you guys and more fun for us, and just perfect, like all around. It just, everything's going to benefit each other, and just everything will grow and just be just amazing.
And speaking of that, soon, I think you said tomorrow, there will be the behind the scenes of going to film the track day video live. So that will be out
probably later
tomorrow
afternoon. I got to finish editing it. I'm like about halfway through. But yeah, we didn't do a lot of showing the behind the scenes, but we do have shots from the scenes that we're going to be putting in. So you'll be able to see kind of like, all right, we're going to go film now. Here's the kind of shots that we took, and then recap after. So that'll be good.
Yeah, well, we're about half hour into it, so that's pretty good.
And now we're down to one person. So thank you for watching.
All right. Thank you guys for watching. We will see you tomorrow in tomorrow's video. You'll see us. We'll catch you guys soon. Stay tuned and go follow all of our social media so you can stay up to date with stuff. Stay up to date with that stuff. And guess what? Calvin's coming home, so now we can go film that stuff. He's home. It's been like
we just haven't seen him yet. Maybe we'll go get some Chick-fil-A.
If you haven't heard about his car, not his car, but the car is working
14. Go check out lots of videos on that. He did a whole daily thing, which is amazing. His grind is really inspiring. So.
Yep. All right, guys. We'll see you next time. Later.
Peace out.
Peace. Bye.